What's going on, guys? Thomas Kanemoto here with the Bass Hookup, and today we're out here on the California Delta doing a little pre-scouting for the Wild West Pro-Am Championship that's out here in a few weeks. I wasn't able to get an intro this morning because it was raining on us, rain and wind, but man, stick along with me, catch them on top water. We have a good time out here finding some new water, some really good looking water, and we're gonna keep plugging along, but join me on the water. And I got the big Pro-Am coming up, right, the TOC, for the Wild West Bass Trail out here on the Delta the first weekend of November. And any time, at least for me, that I haven't been on the Delta in a long time, what I like to do, if I have multiple days to pre-fish, I'm gonna choose an area of the Delta and I'm just gonna go fishing. I'm gonna put all the rods, as you can see, I got a bunch of rods lined up on the deck, right? Everything from wake bait to, you know, a vixen, chatterbait. I got the swim jig, punch rod, everything. I got a Senko on right now, and I'm just gonna try everything in one area that I know holds fish, and I'm gonna fish right in the morning. I'm gonna fish all the tides in that one area. And then once I figure out the tide that I'm getting bit on in that area, the remaining days of pre-fish, when I'm able to come out again, I know the tide that they're biting on. Now I could run around on that tide, follow that tide in different areas, and hope that that's where it's at. I need to stay, like if it's the beginning of the outgo, I'm just gonna follow that tide from west to south, north to south. But that's what you wanna do if you have multiple days of pre-fish. Obviously, if you have one day to pre-fish, you kind of just gotta run around and look for the best grass, look for the best water, and do it that way. But with multiple days, I really feel like I've done the best when I do this. Find that best tide in one area and then go elsewhere on another day and follow that good tide. I hope that helps you guys, because it's been good to me and my brother over the years. Go, guys. Oh, he come off. See that swirl? Jeez. There's one. Here we go. Tiny thing. As soon as I pick up the Senko, get bit. I tell you, it's tough. Day like today, you would think they'd be eating reaction, but don't let these days fool you. Sometimes you still got to go slow, and that's what gets the bigger bites. So Senko around a little bit. So I'm going to share with you guys real quick. I just got, what, 2 bites quick on a Senko, maybe 3 bites. I had been fishing a good stretch and didn't get a bite until just now. So I'm going to look at my tide right now. I'm going to jump on my sonar, and I'm looking. When I was fishing this morning, early on, it was pretty much a slack tide, or just the end of the incoming slack. And now the tide just started rolling out and I get bit. So now I know, okay, maybe that's the tide. So I'm gonna run and fish as much good water as I can right now and see if those bites keep happening. If they do, then I know, okay, next time I come out, maybe I'll start way over in the west and I'll follow that outgoing tide if I can. But I'm gonna stick around here today because maybe, who knows, maybe that was just a fluke and I get bit when it's the beginning of incoming or the end of the outgo. So we'll keep fishing this and see what happens. Yeah, it is. Stripers out here. Almost a keeper too. Oh, darn. That's fun. He ate that. He ate that Flash X swim jig. Swim jig, juicy gill color with Kitech on the back. There's a start to the morning. So on a day like today, guys, I had on this wake bait. It's an older wake bait, but it's pretty quiet. And we got a little chop, and with the rain and little clouds, I'm gonna put on something louder. So I'm gonna go with the Mikey. I'm gonna put on the Mikey Senior and see if that makes a difference. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. I will say, when the tide is high on the high outgo, I don't like fishing the areas that have the hyacinth coming way off the bank. I want to be able to get to those toolies. On that high outgo, they're going to be way up in there. They're going to be in the weeds, in the flats. You got to be able to get your cast with a reaction bait to the shoreline cover or the island. It's no good if your casts are way out on the outside. Now on the bottom of the low tide or the beginning of the incoming tide, yeah, then that outside stuff is fine. But it's all about getting up in there when that tide's high. See if we can't get one. It just looks too good today. Thing. Cloud cover, rain, little chop. They gotta eat something like this. So there's too many weeds up there for this. I'm gonna have to take this guy off, put him away. Now, I'm gonna try throwing it, mixing around a little bit. See if I can't get through some of these weeds. Something floats a little higher. Well, it definitely comes through better. There goes a bite. All right. Came up sideways on it. Looked to be about, oh, he was still under it. It's probably about a 2-pounder. That's a good sign because, you know, we're fishing some decent water right here and we're still on that top of the outgo. See if we can't get another bite. Get one to hook up. If I get another bite, what I'll do a lot of times if I'm using a spook type, walk the dog type bait on top of the water and they're missing it, I'll immediately during the fall I'll go to a popper. So one more bite on this. If I don't hook up, I'm going to a popper. I've just had too many good days on a spook type bait in the fall though for big ones, so it's hard to put it down. Wasn't even looking. I'm gonna try to get it. All right, you guys are right. You said if I'd miss another one on it, I'd put a popper on, so here we go. First cast I had one, the popper. Messed my popper all up. Well, that could be a sign. Another one. Quite a few of them right here. Good one right there, guys. I don't know why they're missing top water, but maybe you need to put a plopper on or something. Cast that Senko right in there. Fish are definitely in a funk. I will say that, because I've probably had, what, 7 bites or so. Haven't landed a single bass yet. Bit on the Senko, bit on the Vixen, bit on the popper, haven't landed a single one. Alright guys, one more bite on the popper that doesn't hook up, and I'm switching over to a plopper just because I feel like maybe they need to react to something and they're getting too good a look at these slower topwater presentations. Always got to be thinking. Always thinking about switching something up. If I'm not connecting, something's wrong. Either the fish are just in a funk and I gotta use a finesse or soft plastic, or gotta switch up baits or color for that matter, but I don't think it's color right now with these clouds. Let's give this a try for 10 minutes or so while the fish are biting. Look at that. Got one on the plopper. Actually got one to go. Look at that. Not a bad one either. Well, not great. But the first bass in the boat is what it is. And got him to react to something. Plopper. So we'll stick with that plopper for a little bit. That's what it is, guys. Sometimes when those fish are non-committal, doesn't mean you got to slow down. Maybe it means speed up. Get them to react to something where they don't have time to think. This looks too good not to punch. Gonna try it. Striper or bass? I don't know. I got him. Check it out. Got myself a giant. Oop. Sorry, buddy. Missed one already. Punching. Alright, so there's a sign. Good sign. Alright, maybe I should be punching. Just because there's clouds sometimes doesn't mean reaction, doesn't mean those fish are leaving the weeds. These fish in the Delta, they live in the weeds all the time, so again. Flipping the baby D-bomb. Works really good in the fall when they're targeting the smaller stuff, smaller crawdads. Oh, there. Darn it. Sitting here messing with my backlash. Another punch bite. Can't hook a fish today. Saved my life. There's one. Finally. Jeez. I hooked one. Wouldn't you know? Punching. There we go. See how many we could get on this stretch. Oh, what in the world? What just happened? Oh, that sucks. Ah, if you guys didn't see that, I'm reeling in my punch rig, and one boils on it, set the hook and break my line. Oh, it hurts. Had the same, that's laziness. Had the same hook rigged up since for the last year, seems like. There is one there. Man, I kept thinking it's too shallow in this area because I could see bottom all through here, but then these pockets. Throw back in there on that frogweed, and one comes through. Let's see if he comes. See if I could get one to come through there again. There's a good one. That was the craziest thing. It's not a great one. It was a good one. It's chunky. So that was actually pretty cool. I made that cast, threw it up there, across the point of these weeds, and I'm watching my bait, and it felt like I got hit, but my bait was still working normal. And it was a bird. One of those little birds flew right through my line. It felt like a bite. And then this one ate it. Hey, how about that? I need more birds to fly through my line. Nice one, plopper. he is. There's a nice one. Golly. Just gotta cover water, guys. And the whopper plopper is getting them to react to it, and when they come after it, they get it. Nice. Cool. There's a pretty one, huh? Nice fish. Release her. Thank you, girl. Oh, gosh. Did you guys see that? Is he still on it? That thing fired right at it and then didn't commit. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. I just had another bite. Something swirled on it. Oh man. Oh, there goes one busting in the grass. Man, I hope it goes down in here. Jeez, everything looks so good back here. So good. You'd think they'd be here, and I bet they are. But again, guys, on the Delta, we could just be missing the tide. This could be a great spot, but we're at the bottom of the tide. Maybe if we were here at the top of the tide, as it just started the outgo, it'd be a different story and there'd be fish all over this. But because there's bait, we got bait everywhere. We got a couple fish rolling. Seen a couple fish come after my bait, but nothing committing. So man, again, if you don't catch a fish on a spot that looks this good, don't just give up on it the next time you're out. That's what's so important about knowing when I got the most bites today. You know, on the top of the tide, you could come back to a spot like this, even though you didn't get bit on the bottom. You could expect you're gonna get bit on the top of the tide. Last cast with the frog. Now I'm gonna pick up that plopper and get back to work, covering water, seeing if we could find a couple active ones. Just looks so good. It even looks like the holes back in the weeds, looks like those are areas where fish have blown up back there overnight or something. But I don't know. Get back to work with this guy. What was that? Something giant. You know what? I think there might be some salmon back here. Oh my gosh. That was a giant, guys. That was a giant. I don't think he'll eat anything else either. There's one. Decent bass. All right. Cool. Let's have to cover water with that plopper. Got it good. Good. go. Another decent one right there. Let's let her go. Thank you, girl. Oh gosh, got thumped. Thumped, I'm telling you. I don't know how they're not getting hooked. All right, guys, well, that does it for today. I think I had a pretty productive day. I mean, we didn't find any great spots, but we definitely know where the tide is when they're biting. So that was the goal for today. So next time I come out in a couple weeks for the official practice, I'll run that tide and see what kind of weight I could have. So that was the plan, and I think it was accomplished. Please, guys, remember to like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. And we'll see you guys out here again next time.